Okay, good morning. Welcome to day 2 of BOARDom Busters. This is just a summary video of the things that we explained in our Zoom call this morning. So if you missed it, you're going to get an introduction to the day, and you will get a kind of explanation for how to play Kingdomino. So Kingdomino is basically like dominoes, but different. You're not picking up dominoes and putting them in a straight line. You're picking up dominoes and you're attempting to create a kingdom. Your kingdom should be a 5x5 grid, and you're just adding things to your kingdom. So if you've played normal dominoes before, you know that you're adding the dominoes to like one central board where everybody's adding dominoes to. But for this, you're just worried about your own little kingdom. The basics, I'm going to explain. They sound complicated, but when you see it played, hopefully you should see it make sense. So the first thing you're going to do on your turn is choose a tile for the next round. Then you're going to reserve a tile for the next round. Then you're going to pick up a tile that you're going to play this round, and then you're going to place that tile either next to your castle. Any tile can go next to your castle, or you're going to make sure one of the edges matches another piece of landscape that's out there. So you're going to put a wheat field next to a wheat field, or some water next to some more water. There's a couple of extra rules that we'll go through. The tiles, but in other games you've played, you're probably used to when you take your turn, the person next to you then takes their turn, then the person next to them, then the person next to them, then it comes back to you. And you keep going round and round in the same turn order. This game is slightly different. This game, the order that you take your turn in changes almost every round. You're also going to, when you place your tile, double check that you haven't gone any longer than 5 squares or any higher than 5 squares. And finally, if you can't place a tile, because it would mean that you'd have to be longer or wider than 5x5, you just can't place it. You'll just put it back in the box, and at the end you'll end up with a few fewer spaces than other people. So not everybody can complete their kingdom, unfortunately. When you're picking tiles, you're going to be looking for crowns, because crowns are the things that help you score points. So if you look on this person's completed kingdom, they have got some areas, like number 1, that has no crowns on it. So that's going to be worth no points at the end. But then there are some areas, like number 7, the wheat fields on the bottom right, that have 1, 2, 3, 4, have like a T shape of 4 wheat fields that are all connected, and there's 2 crowns on there. One of the crowns is right next to the castle, and one of the crowns is on the bottom row between the black mine and the green forest. So that is going to be worth 8 points, because you have 2 crowns and you have 4 squares that are all joined together of the same color. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so let's see how we actually play this. Now we know what we are aiming for. So I'm going to try to show you from our table. Unfortunately, it doesn't look so. It can be a little bit hard, unfortunately, we discovered this morning, to see what's on all of the tiles. So I will try to explain it as we go through. Here are our 4 kings: yellow, blue, green, and pink. The first thing that we do is we have a big stack of dominoes. They're just off the screen, but we have a big stack of dominoes that look like this. If you have a look on page 3 of the rules, in the bottom left of page 3, it tells you how to change the rules depending on how many people are playing. So for this run through, I'm going to assume that we're playing with 4 players. So we have all 4 players here. Let me pick up, the rules say to pick up all the kings and drop them one at a time. So blue is going to go first, and then we do that again. Yellow is going to go next, and then we do that once more. Green will go third, and pink. So you can already see how our turn order is going to start slightly different. It might not be that blue, yellow and green aren't set next to each other. It might be that we end up going in a weird order, and that's fine. On the table here, you're just going to see what I'm doing with my kingdom. We will pretend that there are other people around this table that are playing, but you don't really need to see what they're doing to be able to play. Okay, first thing that we are going to do, now we know what order we're going in, is we are going to take 4 tiles, 4 dominoes, and we are going to put them in number order. So 2 comes before 6, then 23, then 48. Then we flip them over and see what's on the other side. Lots of wheat fields. So we said that blue's going first. So I'll just play on behalf of blue. Blue is going to come down here. Look at all those crowns. That's going to get loads of points. Yellow also wants crowns, so they're going to go here because there's a crown on the wheat field. Green and pink are going to try and figure out which ones they would prefer. Green is going to go for forest, pink is going to go for wheat field. Okay, that is all essentially setting up the game. Now we are ready to play properly. So, pink takes their tile. Oh, sorry, I missed out an important step. We're going to set up ready for next round. So before anybody takes anything, we get 4 more tiles. Here we go. We put them in number order again, 31 to 40. We flip them. Now, again, apologies, they're not so easy to see, but we have some water, we have some with crowns on it, we have a wasteland with crowns on it, we have a mine with a crown on it. Pink is going to go first. So at the beginning, I said something that didn't make a lot of sense. I said that you reserve your tile for the next turn. That's the first thing you do on your turn. So pink's turn here is going to be to choose one of these 4 tiles that they will reserve ready for their next round. They want to keep building their wheat field. So pink takes their wheat field and puts that in their kingdom. Green is me. I, like pink, I'm going to keep building on my forest. So I take my forest and I put it anywhere in my kingdom as long as it touches the castle. I'm going to go like this. Okay. Yellow takes their turn. Blue takes their turn. That's the end of round 1. Round 2 is the same. We take 4 tiles and we set them up in number order. So 18, then 28, then 34, then 46. They're upside down, but it doesn't matter. Pink is going to go first. So pink is doing well with water. So pink's going to go down here to get another crown on a lake. And get rid of that. Goes on their board. Green, which is me. I mean, I could really do with getting a crown on my forests. So I reserve my forest for next turn, and I pick up this one. Now, I can place it anywhere around my castle. I can also place the forest side anywhere touching another forest. The only thing that I can't do with it is this, because that would mean my forest was being connected to a lake. So I'm going to choose to put it like this. Okay. Blue takes their turn, yellow takes their turn. And then we get 4 more tiles. We put them in number order: 10, 19, 24, 37. We flip. Blue goes first. Blue wants to reserve that tile with water at the bottom, and he puts that tile on his kingdom. I'm just going to keep on going for these forests as much as I can. So I take my forest from last turn, and this time I'm going to put it here, because I'm not only connecting my forest and giving my forest a crown, I'm also collecting my lake. And then pink takes their turn, yellow takes their turn, they put those in their kingdom. We get 4 more tiles. We put them in number order: 8, 14, 21, 33. We flip them. Pink takes their turn. Yellow takes their turn. Green, I'm going to move over here and reserve yet more forest. And this forest I'm going to put here. Now, this is fine. This is a wheat field. This is a lake. These two obviously don't match, but it's fine, partly because I've got my forest side next to my castle, and you can put anything next to a castle. Also, I've got my forest touching my forest, so that's fine. Blue takes their turn. I put 4 more cards. We move to a new round. We put our tiles, our dominoes, in number order. We flip them. Pink takes their turn. Pink is getting all of the lakes, all of the water. Yellow takes their turn. Yellow just wants the crowns. Blue also wants a crown, so goes there. And that leaves me with some wasteland, which I'll put there. So now I have this. Now, I actually didn't think about my last turn very carefully, did I? Because if I put this here, I would have put it next to the blue. I'd have scored loads of points. I'd have been really happy. So I'm just going to keep on with my long strip of forest down here. I'm still not 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So my grid of 5 by 5 is still only 4 long. So I'm fine. And we keep going. So we put all of our tiles in number order and we flip them. Pink. So everybody else has noticed that my forest is becoming quite large. And pink doesn't really want any forests. Pink is doing quite well collecting lakes, but pink doesn't want me to get any more crowns in my forest, because that will get me loads of points. So she has come over here for no reason except to block me. My turn. I'll still go for forests though. Wasteland. I mean, it's a bit rubbish. I don't have any crowns. I'm collecting loads and loads of forests. So I'm just going to put it here and hope for the best. I'm allowed to put it here because it's next to my castle. Blue takes their turn. Yellow takes their turn. Comes back around to me. Oh, no, it doesn't. First of all, we put out our tiles in number order. We flip them over. Okay, I'm just going to keep going for the forests and see how big a forest I can get, because that's doing well for me at the moment. Then pink puts theirs on. Blue takes their turn. Yellow takes their turn. We put out 4 more. I'm going to start just going through really fast so we can get to the scoring up phase. Pink is just feeling really vindictive and tries to take my forests off me again. But 2 crowns, on a mine, I'll take that. I put my forest up here with all of my other, no, I don't actually. I'm going to put my forest down here. There we go. Blue takes their turn. Yellow takes their turn. Now, you can tell by the fact that my grid is almost at 5 by 5 that we must be getting close to the end. Here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up. So my columns, as I'm looking at it, my columns are now 5 tall. So I can't make it any higher. But I'm still only 1, 2, 3, 4 rows along. So I could keep going here, or I could start a row, another column here. Okay. Flip over. Excellent. Pink, once again, doesn't want me to get any more trees. So jump straight on that one. Blue is quite interested in getting some wheat fields, some crowns on his wheat fields. Yellow comes down here, again, just to stop me. I'm not playing with a very nice group of people. Green, that's me, is left with water. I now have this piece. The only problem is I can't put it next to a mine. I can't put it down here next to the wheat field because now my grid would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long, and it can only be 5 by 5. If I put it anywhere that it allowed it to be 5 by 5, no matter how I put it, it's not touching anything that's the same. So that just goes back in the box. I can't do anything with it. Okay, 2 rounds left. I'm going to end up now with gaps at the end of my turn. My kingdom won't be full. First stage, number order. Then we flip. Then we take our turns. Green will get his forest. I put this down. The only place I can put it is down here. Blue takes a turn. Pink takes a turn. Yellow takes a turn. The final round is here. Interesting. And we flip these cards over. And now I will place my little person, or I'll take this one because I can at least, this is wasteland here. This is the kind of browny, dirty browny colour. I can put this here so it matches my water and it matches my forest, even though it only has to match one. Red takes their turn. Blue takes their turn. Pink takes their turn. Oh, we let yellow get lots of crowns on their mines. Blue, this is the last turn of the game, so there's no more tiles to put out. Blue just takes their turn. Pink just places their last tile somewhere. I place my tile here. Yellow places their tile. So you'll see I have a gap in my 5 by 5 grid because there was that tile that I couldn't place, the one that had a mine on it and desert and wheat field on it. Then we count up to see who scored the most points. The way we do this in our house is we do it one landscape at a time and everybody goes around and says what points they get for that. Or you could just make a note of your own points. We find it might help to have a pen and piece of paper to help you do this because there's quite a lot of numbers to remember as well. But so I'm going to take a pencil and a notepad. The game we did this morning, Dan and on our Zoom call, Dan and I finished, and he beat me. He got 42 points, which is a good score. I got 23 points, which is respectable, but not great. Let's see how many points I get this time. So, how many lakes have I got that are connected? I have 2 areas with lakes. So my lakes will score me 1, 2, multiplied by how many crowns I've got. I've got 1 crown. So 2 times 1 is 2. Gonna make a note of that. And then my lakes here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 1 crown. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1 is 4. So 2 plus 4 means that my lakes scored me 6 points. Now, we also have wheat fields. I have 1 wheat field space, but there is no crown on it. So wheat fields score me 0. Then I look for mountains, or, well, I was calling them mines, but mountains are the ones with the black background. I have no mountains, so I get 0 for that. The grassy villages, I have 1 space here. I think, yeah, but no crowns, so I get no points for that. Then the game calls these gardens. I'm not convinced they're gardens. We call them wastelands. 1, 2, 3 spaces and 2 crowns. So 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2 is 6. So I get 6 points for my wasteland or garden. And finally, forests. Forests were the thing I was trying to collect the most. So let's see how I've done here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 times by 2 crowns, which is 22 points. So I add mine up, and my total score, 6 plus 6 plus 22, equals 34. That's a pretty respectable score. If you scored 34, you've done really well. So that is a full run through of what Kingdomino looks like. Let us know if you have enjoyed it. Please do keep sharing your pictures with us, because we are loving seeing those as well. And thank you all very much for sharing this holiday club with us again.